right at the present moment, I sort of got to make some decisions coming up, like real quick. The roof is getting close to coming off. I'll probably end up taking that off today if you want to stay and watch for that. But I have a little bit of, what can I say? There's 3 or 4 different things that I like going on here that I don't like going on here. With this arm or this post coming up off the door, I feel like if I'm going to leave that there, I almost should make something, weld a piece of metal on the roof to make it come down to it to match. You know, I just put a piece of metal on this way and then cap it this way to make it look like it matches when the roof goes down on with that piece on. Or, basically, generally they do not do that. You have a vent window there, a bat window there, and it goes down like that, and it basically cuts it off. It kind of separates it once that goes down there from the roof. So I got to figure out whether if I want this post, because I can cut this post off. When I cut that post off, it looks, look at the post with it cut off, the window post with the shape. Now, with this door top cut off, would it look nicer than having that on there? If you know what I'm trying to say. This matches up nice to the roof, it fits, that's where it's supposed to be, but I've got the door cut off and I've got no vent window going on. So I think in my own opinion, I think I should put the vent window in how I figured I was going to put the vent window in, because this car started out as we want to cut the roof, do the convertible thing, but in the middle of things, you want to see if it fits, the roof fits or not, and it was going so well, why not try it? So that's what we did. But there's a few decisions. Cut this off, leave just that post, put the vent window in, make this piece here, come down to there. But before I make that decision and get the roof cut off, I have to put one more of these bad boys in here. If you want to come in and take a look, we'll turn it on now. We'll throw that in there. We'll see if we can get this bad boy put on. I want to thank everybody for coming back. I really appreciate it. Just let go of the door for a second. That'll take off and bite me in the heels. I know it will, because it's done it too many times, so I'm not going to trust it. Got the welder, glasses. I'm going to go in there and tack that on the inside here. If we want to look over and check out the other side, I just kind of trimmed it up a bit. If you probably see it better this way, sweetheart, probably. But the insides, I got it trimmed up a little bit, got it nailed on, so it looks good. And basically that's what we're going to do this side. We're going to nail this side on.
Okay, show me again.
What's that, sweetheart?
Show me.
Got that side nailed on. Can you see it? So basically that's what we're going to do on this side. We're going to nail this side on. And I have to be careful. I can't go too far on the roof laying on the car, because in all honesty, some of the shape is going to change, and it's going to change a little bit. Well, that makes everything change. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, so get this piece on here. I don't like that fit right there. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Don't mind that one. I'll take a look at it a little better. It's nailed on right there. Now we move it back just a little bit too far. We can cut that off. We can't go down top. That's good there. Happy with that. Happy with that. I got one tack on, so I just want to make sure it's going to be where it's going to be. I've got a little bit of weld here that's holding that. I get that out some. One on top of it. Let's do this. It's tight where I'm going to hit it. It's tight right there. Now she's on there. Good. We're still out there where I want it. Awesome. It's good. I got some sharp corners going on down here, and all that stuff will get dealt with. That's for sure. You get it ground off or do whatever with it. You gotta do something with it. You can't just leave it sharp. So I'll actually end up probably coming back and cutting some stuff, obviously, and changing it a little bit. But we got to get it somewhat fitting on there. Something to go by. Let's push this on. Come on. Hey. Got her that time. Got a little bit of probably paint going on there is what's going on there. I'm going to take the hammer, if you don't mind. I'm just going to pull that door. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Appreciate that. Just want to hammer that back a little bit. And I also want to pair of snips. Put down there as tight as I can. Nailed it. Anytime you have an issue with your metal not getting tight to your, anytime you have an issue with the metal not being tight to your metal, get it tacked where it's tight, and then where it's not tight, then you can tap it with a hammer on the edge and bring it down so it is tight. And body hammer would be the hammer of my choice. And if it's not going tight and it's still bouncing, you have a third arm, hold it in on your shoulder and make it be tight no matter if it wants to be tight or not. Basically, let it know who's boss. What I would suggest. That's got a lot to do with this metal stuff. Actually, you got to let it know who's boss. And right now I am. Beautiful. Beautiful, I say. Get it. I got her that time. Don't put too much heat on it. Just leave it like that. We're good there for now. This piece underneath here, that's going to have to be figured out. That's going to have to, sit down on top of that. And I cannot figure that out until that gets done there. I think we're good for that. I think we're good. We got that nailed in. I want to cut that off to make it look good. Let's come out for a second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip that off in there. There's a little piece I want to cut off. I'm a lucky man to have my Queen Jolene to do this, and I really appreciate her for all the hard work she does. Sometimes I watch and I say, wow, you can see better than I can, baby. That's why you tell me, will you do that or do this or do that? I did sand that piece off. That piece was sanded, so if you're thinking that I didn't learn my lesson, yes, it's kind of, what can I say? I learned my lesson. Sometimes you forget if you're not doing it all the time. It's easy to skip that process. And right now in Canada, it is Remembrance Day. We did our time to remember. But in all honesty, you know, a person can forget in a couple days, you know, basically. So you really have to, what can I say? Repeat, repeat, repeat all the time. And what can I say? I thank, what do I say, the Canadians that, you know, like Jolene's grandfather. Jolene's grandfather was a war hero, lost his leg in Italy. Was it Italy? Lost his leg in Italy. And I think he probably had a couple medals of honor, I'm sure of. And it's a big deal in her family because that's what her grandfather grew up with, and Jolene knows about it. Her, you know, Jackie, his daughter, knows quite a bit about it. And you know, let's not forget, be good to each other. Basically, I guess that's basically what I'm thinking of it. So I got this on here. I'm getting confused a little bit thinking about shit. But here we go. I got this window here. I want to cut this out. No, I'm going to do this first. I've got the window connected up. I got the roof connected up here on the front. I've got it tacked on there a little bit. But when I want to cut it off, I want to make sure that I cut the right one. So I'm going to go underneath and throw a couple more spots of welds underneath there. If you come underneath here, you can see how where I'm at with that. You can see the little places are tacked on the outside on that piece of metal that's laying there. You can see how nice those fit too. I'm going to tack those on while they're there. Tack, tack, tack. There's a couple tacks there, make it nice all the way down. You can see where I cut it also. If I had a little spot there I had to fix, I can go in there and fix it. This one on this side fits nice, but I want to come in here and tack it to the roof in this piece. And that way there I know I'm good. So I'm just going to take the zip cut, go along there a little bit, clean that up a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but just going to clean this roof up a little bit. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking about Remembrance Day, you know, as people, you know, I don't know what you're supposed to learn from it, but I would think probably all the pain and the misery and all the hurt and all the terrible things that were done should not be forgotten, so we do not do it again. And do you think we'll ever learn that lesson? Like, it's weird. So many great people that we have no idea. And it's sad. All right, I'm going to tack that bad boy on. Right from one side to the next. Starting with that little piece up in the corner. That worked out nice. What I'm thinking on this piece, there'll have to be another piece. What can I say? I'm thinking there's going to have to be another piece welded on this edge just to make that stronger. It's that sharp, that's just a flat piece of metal there. It's going to have another piece welded on there all the way across to make that strong. Because a flat piece going across there is not going to do it. It's going to have a bent piece welded all the way across, so it would be harder to bend. What am I going to say? And that'll be done, well, probably when I get it off. Turned upside down. Just trying to make it stick. A little bit of that. Get that brace in there. Something go pong? What's that?
It's just your cord.
Got that all tacked in there. Get that all tacked in there. Alrighty. That's just tacked in there for, so when I take it off, that it's going to stay in place. Because I'm going to have to cut the front tabs off the front where I've spot welded it on. Now, on to the decision making. Let's do this. I'm going to put a vent window in that just for now. What I'm going to do is, let's do it. Let's put a vent window in it. I've got a piece on here. It's capped off. Basically what has happened is there's a piece of metal on there, just capped it off. But now I want to put a window in it. There's the channel there, comes all the way up around, and the channel's still there. It's just that I got a piece of metal not showing it. I'm gonna do this. Don't like that. Kind of made it. Yeah, what did I make it? I don't know if I like that or not. And what I don't like is, I don't like that being that thin there and that being that thick there. Basically, I would straighten that out somehow. I would, because that would be that would be a pet peeve for me. Let's put a little groove in it right here. I'm going to put the vent window in. You guess. What do you guess?
Plexi?
What do you guess, sweetheart?
Plexi? Oh, paper.
Oh, I'm going to make a pattern first.
Okay.
I can shove a piece of plexi in it. See how much I'm growing, people? It's not Pepsi, it's plexi. It's not Pantina, it's patina. I am growing. Let's do this. It's hard to go back and forth from grinding to making patterns because you got to strip down your gloves off, get your marker out. Man, hard life. Not really. It's the good life. And I think people like Jolene's grandfather, I think he joined early, did he not? Pretended he was of age. Mm-hmm. Quite a story. Jolene's grandfather, McIntyre. What they call him, Toasty?
Yeah.
He when he woke up and when he had his legs amputated or his leg amputated, all he wanted was some toast and tea, was it not?
Yeah.
He wanted some toast and tea. I can't blame him. I probably want a little of each too. So he was laying in a field of battle for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And the name of the battle was, do you know, sweet Jolene?
It was the Battle of Ortona, I think. Ortona, Italy.
See if she...
He used his, he was laying in the field for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah?
And,
do you have your mic on?
yeah.
Good.
They were trying to rescue him because everybody around him was dead and they were under German attack. So he had to lay in the field for like 2 or 3 days with his leg blown off.
Right.
And then they were finally able to save him. And yeah, I showed the little write-up if people want to.
I'd cry like a little baby.
Yeah.
I think I would.
He used his shaving mirror to flag the plane to let them know that he was laying there. He used his mirror to flash at the sun, and that's how they found him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You heard it right from Jolene. Check it out if you like.
Mm-hmm. It's on my Facebook.
It's on Facebook. If it's on Facebook, you know it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Close. I can bend that paper so it works. Just gonna cut a little bit off. And it gives effect just so I guess we can take a look at it. This piece down the bottom. This piece down here is not making me happy. Hope I did nothing wrong there. Sometimes you do. Now, mark on here. Get it straight as possible. Now if we stand back, I don't know if I like that much. Do you like that much?
Not really.
Now with the top off, it could be a different story. So basically let's take the top off.
Okay.
So we'll take the top off. What am I gonna say? That can come down straight also. That does not have to go like that, but that was just a plan where it's the roads, the roof's off, everything's going fast, windows back, let's go fast. That's the shape that I took for. But it can go down there if it wants to go down straight. Also, like I said, I can cut this bad boy off, just keep the post.
I think it would look good if there was no roof on it, like just as a roadster.
Okay.
I like the look of it.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna zip cut what I feel like to get the roof off, and then maybe I can get Jolene to help me take the roof off. Let's do it. But that's where I'm into right now. I really enjoy the roof on the back. I enjoy what's going on down here. Yeah, I can pry on that, pull on that a little bit. I enjoy what's going on down here. I don't know, I don't think. Say no more. Cut the roof off. And what I'm going to do here, just before I cut the roof off, what I'm going to do is, let's face it, if I cut the roof off and I go to put it back on, I'm not going to be happy because it's just going to fall off on me probably. I think about welding a couple little tiny tabs right there so when I bring the roof forward, I can set it back on and it don't fall off. You know, just for now. Just for now. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have to make sure when I go around this roof, well, I'm going to have to, we're cutting it off, but I'm just going to have to make sure I go around and just check out everything because there's a bunch of different places I've got tacked on there I never even noticed yet. A piece of square stock here, flat stock. I'm going to cut a piece of this and weld it on. I'm just going to weld it on underneath here, underneath that front post. So when it comes out, there's a little tab coming off. So when we pull all the roof ahead, we can set it down on there and see what happens. So just cut it off after. Good to have all kinds of grinders set up. You want a couple grinders set up, that's for sure. I like a zip cut, a hard disc, and a sanding wheel. That's what I enjoy for grinders. Pretty well gives you anything you want to do. You cut something, sand something, you know, just gonna lay that underneath there. And I also have to leave room for cutting that tab of weld off. There's a tab of weld there. I want to cut that off when it comes time. Yippee-yi-yay. tab on there. A little spot over there in that corner. Might as well run that right through. Ah! That cheap tape in the way. Now, I gotta figure out where I'm tacked on here. That's okay. And on the inside, I'm tacked on. Yabba dabba doo. That was close to my thumb, but it didn't burn me. Cool. Just a tab to hold it when it comes back down. All right. Let's cut the roof off. And the reason I say cut the roof off, there's no possible way that I'm going to end up making this complete right now, because I don't know if it's going to fit. Like when I fill it out and all that stuff. So I feel like I can drill holes and that sort of stuff to make pins. I can do that stuff. I want to take it off actually to drill the pins, no doubt in my mind. Or maybe I should actually mark a few things while I got it. Actually, I'm going to take it off and on a few times anyways, so I can mark the holes anytime. Just going to get it off for now. And see how I feel about the A pillar on the door. See what I feel about that. Let's do that. Making decisions. That's part of car building, I guess. Did I hear Rod? There he is. All right, now I've got a piece there. I've got to disconnect that here. I might get your help, Rod, pull this roof off here in a bit. Nope, that was connected to the piece that I want it connected to. Chad, you silly. You silly dilly. See, that's the thing right there. It's hard to tell what I got going on here. Nothing's connected in the back. Check this out, get up here a little bit better. See what's going on. Jolene's got a couple exciting calls coming up today. I guess exciting means growth. I hope it don't fall off. No, I got them pins underneath. It can't fall off. Well, I shouldn't say that. It can, but I'm hoping it doesn't. Got the pins underneath so it don't fall off. I got one right here I want to cut. Or I think I do. Nope. Check again. What have I got holding that on there? Woo! That went through. I think it did, yeah.
This light.
Oh! Rod, want to give me a hand, old buddy? This is Rod Trahan, a friend of mine for probably, what, 30, 40 years? Okay. 30, yeah, school. And he's up for a visit. He's gonna help me pull this roof off. So what I want to do with this roof there, Rod, you might want to put your gloves on. If you can get I'm not sure if you want a pair of gloves, and you don't have to. It's not that sharp, I guess. Basically, we're just going to pick it up, and I want to place it on the, I want to place the roof on this, just as we come off the car. I want to place it on just like that. So, if you want to grab a side, it won't hurt you. If you want a pair of gloves, here you can take gloves and go ahead. You want the gloves? Just sack. Let her down a little bit. We'll try to put it back in the exact same spot. Okay, I still got a piece. What's holding? Odd. Can't see nothing. Let's pick it up, I guess. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Nope, still hooked up. Let her down, Rod, if you will. Go my way. What is wrong with me? Hold my door up. Why can't I? Ah, there it is. There's a little bugger. You want just pass me that grinder through there, please? Thank you. One little piece right there. Oh, we gotta plug her in though. She won't fall. It's got that tab underneath it, so we're good. Okay, just a second. I'll get out and then you're gonna come my way. What do you think? Is it light?
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Sure, yeah.
There we go. Just gonna lay her straight like that. Now we have our front piece still on there. This little tab right there. It's got to be punched back on that. It's holding on. There's a little tiny tab right there. But that's got to be welded all the way along the front there. I can do a better job with it off now. Didn't hurt anything there. Now, when you have the roof off it, you must take a look at it. To me, just to me, let's do this. Where'd our little window go? Stop it. I have to have a piece of tape to hold that in there now. So to me, with the convertible top, with that top light, to me, I don't mind that with the window going to have, I guess they call it panoramic window, with a curve in the window like that coming around. I don't mind that as the convertible version of it. What do you think, Rod? Do you like that window coming down like that? It's hard to...
Will there be a piece of like metal coming in the window already set in that?
It probably...
Or flip it like the wing floors?
I'll probably just have a piece of glass there with an end on it.
Okay.
And then maybe some kind of garnish molding there to cap it, no doubt in my mind. I guess that's what I'm thinking it should be. But to me...
So you have the flow on both sides.
Yeah, like it flows all the way around. I think it looks pretty cool with the top off it.
Yeah.
But when you put the top on it, does it give you that? But then again, that white might throw you off. With the glass, it might be fine.
Visual.
All right, let's put the roof back on. We'll just go slow. Try not to hurt anything. Do the exact same thing as we did putting it on or taking it off. And with the piece underneath, once I put it on that, you got a single piece of metal on the front. Ay! Stepping over top of that thing there. Yeah, push it up tight this way. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So we're right on there. I'm gonna take a look at something. We're out there a little bit. We're good there a little bit. Okay. Just gonna figure that out. You know, is the roof opening up a little bit? What I'm trying to... I suppose that's out there. With this is what's happened as I can see. You can see I got a little bit of extra when going up here, a little bit extra. It wasn't like that before. I got a little bit of extra in the other side. A little bit of extra standing here this side. This side was right on the money before it shaved right down to the money. And you can even see the grinder mark. But what happens is when we took that roof off, it opened up just a little bit. It's only got that one strip of metal going across the front. It opened up a little tiny bit. So I'm gonna, like I probably should pin it and all that stuff before I put that piece across, you know, because it opened up a little bit and I don't know how far to shove it down. Like I can put it on that thing over there, it probably will make it go down and we'll weld it and it probably will do the trick, but just gotta watch that little touch there. The roof got a little bit wider because it's only that one strip of 18 gauge going across the front. Now I'm gonna take a look at with the roof on, with the vent window again. Yeah, to me, that piece of glass sort of ruins that back window, sort of. It does actually, ruins the flow of that back window, but.
I think a lot of people want you to weld the roof on solid.
Well, that's like too bad. The roof's gonna come off and on. I'm gonna fit it the best it can be fit against the paint. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because what am I going to do that for? Because I have it so it goes off and on. Like, why would I not? Like, I have two things, and we'll just have to do a good job on it, make it go back on the car, that's all. I just don't know what to do with the front pillar. If I take, just looking at everything, is everything sitting a little different? But if I take this out and cut that off, let's do this. Tape, where did I put that tape? There it is right there.
Can you
What?
use black tape and make it hide it better?
Yeah, can we use black tape? This is a decision-making time. I can't move on, or I'm not interested in moving on until I figure out what I want to do with this sort of situation. I can move on to the front end, yes I can, but right here where I'm at the roof right the present second, electrical tape, probably not the tape to use. No, it's not. It's not. I don't want to use all electrical tape. Still got the floor to do. way better. And that was from a fan?
Yeah, I've seen it as a comment on Facebook.
As a comment on Facebook?
Yeah, they altered the A-pillar to make it just like that.
Yeah, I think I like that better. And I'm not sure. No, I'm not going to weld that. I'm going to have to tack that back on to get that in shape, to get that. Got to have that fitting better, I guess, there. I think I do anyways. But anyways, yeah, I think I like that better. So we might end up cutting the A-pillar off it, of the door. Not the A-pillar of the door, the window garnish molding top of the door. We might end up cutting that off. I wasn't expecting that, but that's what might happen. I think it looks way better, don't you?
Yeah, and it gets rid of the gap between the roof and the...
Does.
It would flow better. And it accentuates the back curve.
All right, everybody, that's the end of it right there. We just got the roof off and we put it back on. It fits no problem. It's working decent. It's working decent. What I'm thinking is when the car comes into primer basically, that's when I would take to start to fit in the roof. And the reason being to fit in the roof, that's what it truly will be, is when it's in the primer. It would not matter if it scratches in or anything like that. It does not matter. I figure I just put it on when that time comes, get it all ground, get it all fitting, and that's when I would go for it. But there is a lot to do to it yet. I still got to weld all this up in here, all the stuff inside. I've got all this to weld up. I got all the other side to weld up. I've got all across the front to weld up. Got to put a piece in there across like that to make it stronger. Basically, that's a lot of work going on there. And we'll do it a little bit at a time. Maybe Jolene can do a little bit of it. But I'm thinking that we're going to get rid of the post on the door. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to come back tomorrow and see what happens. We appreciate your time, and let's not forget, let's not forget. I'm going to give you 50. Rod, can you do 50 push-ups?
Probably not, but...
Well, I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for coming back. I really appreciate it. Sometimes when you're making something, do it your way to make yourself happy. And also, it's also nice to stand back sometimes and take people's ideas and see if you like them. And the problem with me sometimes, I take in everybody's ideas and it gets me ugly after a while because I can't, what can I say? The other person hasn't thought them all through for me to do, to do that job. But taking the roof off and putting some tape on that to decide whether I like it or not was easy to do. It's easy to finish this off and make it look nice. Come back tomorrow, see what happens. Ooh.